it was you and me.
Hello everyone, my name's Nayema and welcome back to my channel, or two if you are new, and today we are going over all the books that I read in December. So in December, I read a total of 8 books. This month was just really crazy for me, and honestly, I don't really care that I read less than I usually do. I had such an amazing month, and I don't think I'm one to really care about the amount of books I read. If anything, I'm kind of happy because this wrap-up will be short. Before we get into this video, I want to wish you guys a very happy new year. Today is January 1st, the day that I'm filming this, and I'm so excited for 2021 and all that's to bring. I hope you guys are excited. So excited for the future of this channel, but also I really would like to focus a lot more on school. Last semester, I kind of got off track, as you guys know. In every single video, I mentioned how I should be doing something else, but instead I'm reading a book or I'm filming a video, and that's something that I really need to change. If you are new here, I am a freshman in college, and my first semester was rocky because I wasn't focused on school. I was focused on this here, and I really love making videos and I don't want to have to stop that, so I will be making school a little bit more of a priority in this next semester. And yeah, I'm excited to see where this leads me in my future. And yeah, if you guys want a whole goals video, I'd be so down to do that like in a week or two, because I want to get like my wrap up and my TBR out of the way and then get into like the fun content, you know. But definitely let me know if you guys want to see a goal video, because I am obsessed with goal videos. I've been watching everyone's goal videos and they just bring me so much joy, because I like to see what other people are working on in 2021. And I'm like, oh, I'm taking that. Oh, I'm taking that. One goal I will say is to be more organized. Organization is something that I'm really striving to have in 2021. My room is always a mess. My life is always a mess. My booktube videos are a mess, and my school. So that is something that I'm really hoping to improve on. But anyways, enough of that. Without further ado, let's just get right into this December wrap up. So in December, the first book that I read was Mr. Masters by T.L. Swan, and this is the first T.L. Swan book that I've ever read. And guys, I didn't think I was gonna like it this much, but I love it. I want to read all of T.L. Swan now. I buddy read this with Charles. We're planning on reading a few more together, and I'm so excited because the writing style. Mr. Masters is about this girl, and she's moving to Australia, I'm pretty sure, to start a new job as a nanny with her best friend, but her best friend is working like somewhere else. Anyways, she is becoming the nanny for this rich guy who has 2 kids. His wife died recently, so it's kind of like a nanny romance, and you see a lot of push and pull with the kids and the nanny, as well as Mr. Masters and the nanny, and it was just so good seeing their relationship develop. It's an age gap, it's a nanny romance, it was everything. It's like close proximity because they're living together, and it was so much fun. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. I feel like I'm talking to my best friend, which is like the best feeling in the world when reading a book. The smut, everything about this book was literally perfect in my eyes. I didn't hate one thing. I really just enjoyed the story, and I love character-driven plot. So learning so much about the heroine and the hero, it really made me so happy. And there's just so much to unpack about that book. I do love this book, and you should definitely give it a try if you are interested in T.L. Swan, because this one is a really good one. The next book that I read in December was Beautiful Bastard by Christina Lauren. This is the first Christina Lauren book that I've ever read, and this was so graciously gifted to me by my best friend, Mary Grace, here on BookTube, or MG's Library here on BookTube. And I really enjoyed it. This one, I heard that this is like their smuttiest book, and I totally see that. There was so much smut in this, and it was so much fun. Basically an office romance between like an intern / assistant and I forgot his name. Bennett Ryan, and he's like the boss of the whole entire thing, and it's like family run, and I'm pretty sure each of the books is like a companion novel with like the siblings and the workers and stuff, so it should be really good if I continue with this series. Right now I'm not sure because there's just so much that I want to read, but I will say that this book, it truly was so much fun, and I loved every moment of it. The next book that I read in December was Beautifully Cruel by J.T. Jessenger. This is another one of Mary Grace's favorites, and she was asking me to read it, so I decided to. I read it for the Disney Channel Games Readathon, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. My only grievance with the book was that there wasn't a lot happening. Like besides the end and the major plot twist, there wasn't much happening throughout the book, and for me to be interested, I kind of need stuff happening in the book, whether it be drama, whether it be tea. I just can't have the main characters just sitting down and talking for the entirety of the book. And I don't know, there just wasn't a lot happening in the book. That's why I gave it 4 stars. But Beautifully Cruel is about this girl named, I forgot her name. This girl, and she works at a diner, and for like a year straight, she's been having the same customer who wants to sit in her section, who's kind of fascinated by her, who's always watching her, and she's kind of fascinated by him too. Everybody in the at the diner who works there is fascinated him too, like, ooh, you have an admirer, that kind of thing, like joking around. And then something happens to our heroine where she is taking out the trash in the alley and she gets attacked, and our mystery man saves her, and he kind of has an idea to have her live with him for a few months, but he knows that he's not good for her. It's like a mafia romance kind of, and it's so much fun, guys. I truly loved it, and that's my only thing. I wish there was a little bit more action in it. Nothing really happened. When I try to think back, there wasn't much that went on, but I really did enjoy it, and I gave it 4 stars. The next book that I read in December was Conclave by Penelope Douglas, and this is one of the Devil's Knights novella books, and I really thought this was necessary. I gave it 5 stars. Obviously, it was just like a quick and short read, but I thought it was necessary to the plot, because if I didn't read that and I just jumped into Nightfall, I would not know what is going on. So I'm really glad that I read this one first. It basically is following the same characters, and they decide to have, I'm pretty sure it's called like a conclave, where they all meet out somewhere in the middle of the ocean, and they talk about everything that's going on, what needs to happen, with no judgments. They're just trying to like deal with their business, and that's what basically it is. Will is missing in Conclave, so there's a little bit of like preview to that going into Nightfall. And I'm actually in the middle of Nightfall right now, and I don't know, I'm not enjoying it that much, so I'm really sad because I thought I would. But high school, Will and Emmy are my favorites, and hearing about them in the present, I'm just like, I don't know. But I will be finishing that this month. It's currently on my currently reading, and I need to get that off and just clear that out. The next book that I read in December was The Villain by L.J. Shen. I actually received an ARC from Candy Cane PR, and I loved this book so much. Although there is a lot of drama going on in the community with L.J. Shen and everything, I don't know what to do. As you guys know, I consider her to be one of my favorite authors. I've read almost everything she's written besides 2 books, and I just really love her writing and the characters that she writes. So I've been kind of struggling with if I want to support her or not, but we can get into that later if you guys want. Right now, I'm just going to talk about The Villain. I want you guys to know, though, that I do not support any of her actions or like what she's been doing or has done in the past to some of my other favorite authors. So I don't know, it's just a lot right now, and I don't know what to do or how to feel or what to read anymore, because it's literally with everyone in this community. So I really don't know. But for The Villain, I absolutely enjoyed this. This is one of my favorite LJ Shens. I was so in love with Killian. I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name. We did like a translator when I was in Dallas, and it was like Killian. So I think how you pronounce this, Killian. Killian and Persephone, they have my heart. Persephone was the best heroine for Killian, in my opinion. Like, she's just so kind, and she's like let me explain to you guys what it's about first of all. So The Villain is about this girl named Persephone and this guy named Killian. Killian is kind of known as the villain in the media. He runs one of these big oil companies, which is like one of the biggest contributors to global warming. And so the media kind of villainizes him and hates him, with good reason, by the way. And so we have Persephone, and Persephone is a twin sister. We met them in the first book. You can't see them. It's really low, but all my dark romances are up there. But yes, so we have Persephone, and Persephone is such a sweetheart, and we get like a little flashback from the past between Killian and Persephone. Persephone has always had like a crush on him, and he's like, no, like, stay away from me. And so when Persephone needs his help and Killian needs her help, they kind of get together. It's like a fake dating trope, and it's so good, guys. There's so much that goes into this book. I loved it. I am obsessed with this book. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. 5 stars, obviously. Next book that I read was Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick, and I gave this book 2 stars. I am definitely going to be unhauling this very shortly. Let me know if you guys want to unhaul. I'll probably do that anyways, even if nobody comments. But I really thought I was gonna like this book. It has like that YA trash vibe that I so love. If you're new here, I loved Crave, so I really thought I would like Hush Hush, but I really didn't. I gave it 2 stars. I thought it was overdone, oversaturated, and yes, I know that I'm reading this like way after the fact that it came out, but I don't know. I thought it would bring something different. I've always been fascinated in angels, so I was really drawn to this book, but I just didn't end up liking it. So this book is about this guy named Patch, and he is a fallen angel, and then this girl named Nora. And so they're both in high school, and in biology class they get paired up with each other, and Nora's kind of like, I don't really like him. He's very sarcastic. He's in your face. And she's not really into that. She like wants to get the work done. But as she's like meeting with him and they're partners now, she also is having some strange things go on in her life. She feels like she's being watched. She feels like voices are in her head. People are listening to her head. And so she gets kind of freaked out. So it's like kind of this big adventure between Nora and Patch. Like, what's going on? Like, why can he hear my thoughts? It's just really, I thought I would like this, but I just didn't. And I don't know why really, besides to say that I was bored. So that's my final thoughts on Hush Hush. And then I read Riot House by Callie Hart. I was so excited for this because the cover is stunning, but I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. The whole beginning, whole middle, I was into this book. I was really into it. I read it all in one night to give you some context. I was feeling it, and then things took a turn for the worse when I hit the 80% mark. I did not like how the characters were so wishy-washy. First you have Ren, and Ren is a psychopath, and you get excited because hello, he's a psychopath. And then he switches like that. So basically this book is about this girl, I'm forgetting her name right now, but she has to join a new school. It's like a boarding type of school because of her father. So all the kids here have either rich parents, they're military kids, and their parents don't want to deal with them anymore, so they send them here to this school. And so she's new here. Her dad just transfers her out of the blue, and I guess before she comes, Ren, who is the hero, yes, I know, I remember the hero, but not the heroine, kind of annoying, but whatever. So Ren, he sees a picture of Nora on like an office, on like the principal's desk, and he's like fascinated by her, so he takes the picture and stalks her, gets to know her without her being actually at the school yet. And so when she finally comes and he meets her, psychopathic tendencies are thrown out the window. He likes her now. And so I just don't really like how wishy-washy the characters are. There is a mystery going on at the school from the previous year, and also as well there's like kind of like a secret past with the heroine. And I don't know, I gave it 3.5 stars. I really did enjoy my time with it. I really just rate on my enjoyment, but I couldn't get past how wishy-washy the characters were and like the lack of plot, but also there's so much plot. I don't know how that happens, but it did in this book. And the last book that I read in December was Broken Kingdom by Ashley Jade. I've read every single book of her in the series like for the past year. I've been reading the series for the past year, and this was just the perfect book to wrap up such an amazing series. I really enjoyed it. So Broken Kingdom is a continuation of the last book, so if you don't really know what the series is about, I'll explain to you really fast. It's basically like a companion novel series with a bunch of siblings and their significant other, their partner. But this book follows Bianca and Oakley. In the last book, there's been some kind of drama between Bianca and Oakley because Oakley did something really bad to Bianca, and that led Bianca into a bad person's arms. And so in Broken Kingdom, you see that kind of like develop and flesh out Bianca and Oakley's friendship. If you remember, I can't literally go into spoilers with this one just because like there's like 3 other books in the series, so it'd be kind of confusing, but the series is amazing. I gave it 5 stars, and it was so good to finally wrap up the series. I will miss these characters, but I just love the ending so much. It was a perfect ending to a perfect series. So that wraps up all the 8 books that I read in December. I almost said October. October lives in my mind rent-free, if you can tell. That is all the books I read in December. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was quick and short and to the point. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It truly helps me out. For all your dark romance needs, come to me, subscribe. Also, I do read other books, by the way. This month was heavily focused on romance. And usually isn't like that. I do read majority more romance, but I get into like thrillers and like lit fic and stuff like that as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
If I got one thing right, it was you and me.